Hello, welcome to my channel. So today I'm gonna talk about what is a smart contract and how does it work. So let's start. Okay. Continue. Hi. So today I'm gonna talk about smart contract and how does it work. So it's 2018, so even those who are not familiar with blockchains likely to have heard of Ethereum. So Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency with a huge market cap of over $70 billion. So to fully understand Ethereum, one should properly understand what is a smart contract because it's linked to Ethereum. So the interesting fact about smart contract is that Ethereum is not just a currency, so it is also a platform that allows other blockchains application to build on it, and the Ethereum platform uses a currency called Ether, and which is used to pay for transaction. So let me tell you more about Ethereum. Okay, so the Ethereum blockchain works like a Bitcoin blockchain. A network of computers for nodes run software which confirm transaction on the network. So Ether works more like a fuel than a normal cryptocurrency, in the same way that you need gasoline or diesel for your car. So you need Ether to run the smart contract and application on the Ethereum blockchain. So I want you to remember all of these as it help you to understand one of the main product of the Ethereum blockchain. So this product is called smart contract. And they are now used by many cryptocurrency because of the growth of popularity that Ethereum now seen. So the question about this is what is smart contract? So has become one of the most asked question in the crypto space just lately, and the question is what is smart contract? So today I'm going to talk about smart contract, and today's table of contents will be what is smart contract, what you're going to find this life gonna about. So what is smart contract? Was smart contract invented? When is the smart contract invented? Then how does smart contract works? What are smart contract currently being used for? And I'm gonna talk about how smart contract created and how smart contract will change the world. And finally is a conclusion. So what is smart contract? So what you're going to find in this life is the purpose of smart contract. Contract. So the purpose of this life is to help you to understand what is smart contract and how smart contract works. So I understand that smart contract can seem confusing at first, but once I explain to them, you realize that it's simpler than you think it is. So by the end of this smart contract explain live, you will never have to Google what smart contract is again, and you'll understand how and why smart contract began, the code it uses, how it can be used, and why it could change society forever. So let's continue. Were smart contract invented? That's the question. So in 1994, Shaz Szabó, cryptographic, he came up with the idea of being able to record contract in the form of computer code. So this contract would be extracted automatically when certain conditions are met. So this idea could potentially remove the need for trusted third-party company such as banks. So, but why? This answer is simple, because you no longer need to trust trusted third party when you make a transaction. So instead, the contract or transaction are self executed on a trusted network that is completely controlled by the computer. So is it a cool idea? It's a cool idea. So Zhao, he worked on the idea for many years and even write a book called The Smart Contract, Building Block for Digital Free Market. So the problem was back in 1994, blockchain technology didn't exist. So in 2009, Bitcoin introduced the first use of blockchain technology. So in 2015, Ethereum was founded by an intelligent young man named Vitalik Buterin and introduced the first working smart contract. And to learn more about blockchain, you can check on this website, or you can read on any other website. So what is smart contract? Okay, let's start here. So I don't just want to teach you about smart contract and I also want to remember what they are. So today, to do that, I have highlighted 3 key I have highlighted 3 key points that you should read and try. And try to remember what is smart contract. So the first key is a smart contract is an agreement between 2 people in form of computer code. So they runs on the blockchain. So they are stored on a public database and cannot be changed. Can I have some more? So that's the first key that I have highlighted. So let me repeat. The first key is the smart contract is an agreement between 2 people in the form of computer code. So they run on a blockchain, so they are stored on public database and cannot be changed. Hi. So the second highlight is the transactions that happen in a smart contract processed by the blockchain, which means that they can be sent automatically without a third party. So this means there's no one to rely on. Then the third key is the transaction only happen when the condition in the agreement are met. So there are no third party, so there are no issue with trust. So continue, how does a smart contract works? So yes, just how smart contract works then. So to find the answer, let's start looking at the smart contract can be used. Like, how can smart contract can be used? So this is the example. So let's imagine that John want to buy Mike's house. So John want to buy Mike's house, and the agreement is formed on the Ethereum blockchain using a smart contract. So this smart contract contains the agreement between John and Mike. So the in the simplest form, the terms, the agreement will look like when John pay Mike 300 Ether, then John will receive the ownership of the house. So once the smart contract agreement has been put into place, it cannot be changed. So meaning John can feel safe to pay Mike 300 Ether for the house. So without the use of smart contract in this scenario, Mike and John would have to pay lots of fee to the third party companies, including a bank, a lawyer, and a householder. So it's great, right? If you guys use the smart contract. So smart contracts are automatically executed once the conditions of the agreement are met. So this means there is no third party like bank, government, or broker. So you don't need to pay like more money for all the third party to get John's house. So these two just agreed with what they agreed, and it cannot be changed. So how is this possible? As mentioned before, you have the blockchain to tank because of the blockchain technology. We are able to decentralize smart contracts so that they are fair and trustless. By decentralized, I mean that they are not controlled by any central party like bank, broker, government, etc. So the blockchain is a shared database run by many computers called nodes belonging to many different people. So because of this, one single person or the company has control of this. So it means that it's near impossible to hack him. The hacker would need to hack more than half of the nodes if they wanted to attack the blockchains of the smart contract that runs on it. So therefore, smart contract can run safely and run safely and automatically without anyone being able to change them. Now you know how even more about like what is smart contract. So we can finally feel safe when we pay deposit for product or service that is no trust involved. So what are smart contracts currently being used for? So as I said earlier, Mike and John's house sales is not the only scenario which smart contract can be used. So smart contract can be used for any type of transaction, and it doesn't have to be financial. So the possibilities are endless for smart contract. So they are already being used for financial trades and service, and insurance, and also credit authorization, legal processes, and even for crowdfunding agreement like ICOs. So let's look on how smart contracts are already benefiting certain industry and how they will benefit other industry in the future. So insurance company, two insurance company like Atlas Insurance in Malta and AXA in France tested smart contract in 2017. So they have prototypes that compensated airline customer if the flights were delay. So let's see an example. So John is about to fly from New York to Los Angeles. So he sent $5 worth of cryptocurrency to Access Insurance smart contract and provide his flight number. So Access sends $95 to the smart contract. So that is like $100 in the smart contract. So if John flight is on time, Access sends $100 from the smart contract. But if the plane is late, $100 is sent to John from the smart contract. So everything is automatic. So these save lots of times and money. So it's also meant that John does not have the trust that Access will pay him so the John does not have the trust that Access will pay him the agreed amount if his flight is late. So he knows that if it's late, the smart contract will instantly send him the compensation of $100. So do you understand the story? So when these two have an agreement and the agreement doesn't match, so the money will go back to John. And if the agreement met, the $100 will be given to the Access Insurance. So everything must be met. If it's not met, it will be like it will return back. So how about health system? So health system will use smart contract to record and safely transfer data. So we can already see example of smart contract being used in medical industry by the likes of encryption. So this is an application to use smart contract to transfer patient data in a secure way, allowing no access from the third party. So this way, the patient are in control of their own data. If the researcher want to use patient data, they must pay for it. Not only that, but the patient have to choose whether or not they want to sell it to them or no. So that's the use of smart contract in health system. So what is used for smart contract in government? So for government, smart contract running on a blockchain can make voting system completely trustless and much more secure. So application like Follow My Vote use smart contract and blockchain technology to protect votes from fraud. So when the voting transaction is written to the blockchain, it cannot be changed. So when the voting is over, the smart contract will send a token to an address that represent the winner of the vote. So this way, the voting is always fair, meaning the winner is always correct. So there's no like third party to mess up with the vote, and yeah, so this smart contract will make it fair. Fair and correct. So what is it smart contract for business management? So businesses can be benefit massively from smart contract. So instead of paying staff to run payroll, they can use smart contract to do that. So businesses can set up a smart contract that says when the date is 28 March 2018, the businesses sent John 2 ETH Ether. So this means John will always be paid on time and he will never be underpaid. So the business benefit because it is automated, saving them a lot of time and money. Yeah, so smart contract can be used for businesses. Smart contract also can be used for ICOs. So if you want to start your own project that uses blockchain, you can build your project on Ethereum blockchain as we saw earlier. However, you're going to need some money. So how are you going to get the money you need? So welcome to ICOs. An ICO is an initial coin offering. It's a crowdfunding system for new application that use blockchain technology. You create a smart contract and a token for the smart contract. So let's imagine you can call your token ABC. So you want to raise 10 million to start your project and build your application. So let's imagine that 10 million is equals to 10,000 Ether. You decide you're going to put 100,000 ABC token into a smart contract, and each ABC token is going to worth of 0.1 Ether. So that way, if you sell like 100,000 ABC token, you will have the 10,000 Ether that you need, because 100,000 times 0.1 is equals to 10,000. So now in the smart contract, you will write something like, if 0.1 Ether is sent to smart contract, then the smart contract will send 1 ABC to the address that sent on 0.1 Ether. So that way, people contribute to ICOs always get the right amount of ABC token. So it will be fair for both. So why would people want to buy the ABC token? So the two most common reason people buy tokens from ICO are, number one is the token can be used for application once it is built. Number two is the price of the token may increase when the project becomes more popular. And you can think of ICOs as a blockchain version of Kickstarter. So the key difference is that it automates the whole crowd sale process in a secure, trustless way. So how are smart contracts created? So smart contract can be built on multiple blockchain platforms, including Ethereum, Neo, as Ethereum is the most popular choice for developer. I will tell you about Ethereum smart contract or Ethereum contract popping up on the crypto scene. So smart contracts are developed using Ethereum original coding language called Solidity. So if you want to learn more about Solidity, you can try out Space Dogo's interactive Solidity tutorial, or it's a fun and friendly way to learn Solidity by following the step in the course, and you will create your own Solidity game. So if you want to know more about the Solidity, you can try this course called Space Dogos. So how smart contract will change the world? So in my conclusion, conclusion, it's already happening. So you can see that the example I have given, that smart contracts are already beginning to replace middlemen. So we also saw that potential this has for futures application. Remember when John and Mike sell house sale, so they didn't need to estate agent, lawyer or a bank. So they only involved in like 2 people without any third party. So if the smart contract fulfills this purpose, perhaps we'll one day live in a world that is free of middlemen. So what will happen then? The best thing about having middlemen, the best thing about no middleman is the fact that we save a lot of money. And not only that, but we would no longer need the trust of anyone either. So there are potential downside too. Though people may lose their job, middlemen are real people. So just like you and me, why would someone pay an employee to do a job that could done for free by using smart contract? They wouldn't, right? So of course no one knows what the futures hold, so all we can do is guess and predict. But we must be prepared for all of these possible outcomes. So as you can see, the smart contract can make the world a better place that is free of commission. So it can be reduced from delay and the overall cost of many things. So however, as we further advance technology, we remove the needs of certain jobs. So now that you're in this life, you should feel comfortable answering the goal question, that is, what is smart contract? So you should know what is smart contract. And do you have any question about smart contract? So smart contract really can change the whole world by getting zero commission, and you don't need to pay a lot of money for this third party. If you want to sell your house, you can use a smart contract, and it can be more convenient, I can say. Because if you involve in like third party, we pay a lot of money, and one day of you contacting them is already more than 100. So do you have any question about smart contract? So the interesting fact is that the Ethereum is not just a currency. So it's a platform that allows other blockchain applications to be built on it, and the Ethereum platform uses a currency called Ether, which is used to pay for transaction. So with this smart contract, you don't need to trust anyone, and if the people doesn't fulfill the agreement, it will come back to you, the money that you give them, if they didn't match with the contract. So do you hear about what I say about smart contract? Let's join my life. I got life.
Wait. Smart contract is like something like a middleman.
No,
Isn't it?
smart contract, there's no middleman involved.
But it's like the process of it.
No, there's no middleman at all. There's only like if like this one person want to do contract with this person, there's no middle people.
So
Really.
like the process is just straight and simple
Yeah.
somehow.
Okay, 30 minutes already. Bye. We'll talk.
Goodbye.
We'll say about another topic tomorrow. So goodbye.